Screw you, Delta Ring. So, Pagan Shooter, I'm back again. I finally did it. I finally redid the upper for my 5.56. This is the original upper that I had bought with the Omni Hybrid lower. This is the one that had the Delta front grip to it. It was a short front grip with a very large gas block. And I've done something a little interesting with this. What I've done is I've reused the barrel, the upper assembly over on this end, as well as the gas tube. But that's all. Everything else has been replaced. But first, before we continue, let's go and, yes, it is empty. There is nothing in the chamber. And, by the way, no magazine. So what I've done is I've tried to go and replace everything as inexpensively as possible. So you guys already know that I have already replaced the flash hider, the original A2 flash hider that came with it. I replaced it some time ago, and this came from Wish. Well, so did the gas block, and so did this free-floating foregrip. The gas block itself actually came from a U.S. company. I'm not going to go into what manufacturer it was. I don't know if they're any good yet, so I don't want anybody to think that I'm suggesting going there. And by the way, I did not record changing it out. First off, because I've never changed one out before, and I wasn't sure what I was getting myself into. Second, YouTube just does not like that at all. I have not found a good solution for where to post them so I could share it on my website. So I have not done that yet either. I think I might be onto something, but I'm not 100% certain. So I'm going to hold off on that for right now. But just know, getting off the old Delta Ring barrel nut was a struggle and a half, and I'll get into that in a minute. But anyway, the outer shrouding here is actually a Chinese-made upper or free-floating foregrip, and I'm not pissed about it. I'm not having a problem with it. But we'll get into it. So this is what it looks like now. I don't know how clear this is going to be. I'll try to clean this up a little bit on the camera. But there is the front foregrip. You can see, if I get in real close, you might be able to see the gas block in there. There it is, right in here. And it is a very short, very clean one that's in there. Like I said, it came from an American company. It was, I can't remember exactly which state. I'd have to look that up, where it came from. But it was from the U.S. And it fits. It fits perfectly. It went on easily. In fact, that was the easiest part. Getting the Delta Ring off, I found that the company that put this thing together, I'm not going to try to shame them at all. But they originally put it together. They put it together to stay together permanently, I think. I did not find what seemed like any kind of thread protector in there or any kind of anti-seize. What it seemed like they used was almost like a red Loctite or something like that, because it was brutal. I got this thing, I got a breaker bar on there. I got myself and my wife both cranking on this thing. We could not get it off. I tried a, a armor's tool and tried to get it off of there. We tried channel locks. We tried vice grips. We could not get this thing off of there. We even tried, so I ended up taking a Dremel and just cutting off the Delta Ring itself. I posted pictures of the Delta Ring afterwards and the barrel nut afterwards. I cut the delta ring press and springs off. And then I ended up trying to cut reliefs in the barrel nut to try to get it to loosen up, and it still would not move. I ended up having to, I even tried a brass punch and spinning it, giving it shock, and it still wouldn't come off. But like I said, what I ended up doing is cutting off the delta ring spring system and the ring itself, then cutting reliefs into the barrel, the barrel nut, and trying to smack it some more with the brass punch. Still not able to move it. I ended up having to make multiple cuts in the barrel nut to get it to come off. I mean, just very light, slow, kind of cautiously moving, cutting through the barrel nut, and just so I wouldn't cut the barrel, and getting it to where it finally had multiple cuts in it, and I was able to then bend it off of there, break it away from the threading, and then get it out of there. And then I literally had to take a brass brush to get the junk that was in the threads out of there. It was ridiculous. It took a long time. It was difficult to do. It was frustrating, but I finally got it out of there. Once I got it cleaned up, I was able to get the new barrel nut on there, and then I put some anti-seize on there. I had bought some Umbrella Corp from Amazon. It seems like it's decent enough. I would use it as an anti-seize on bolts for the car even. I mean, it seems like it's pretty good quality stuff. And then I basically screwed it down on there, on the barrel down, got it down hand tight, and then I cranked down on it to the proper torque pounds and lined up the barrel, got the gas block all lined up on the gas tube, fed it down on the barrel, got it lined up into the upper, and then locked it down. I then got the free-floating upper on there, lined up the holes, made sure everything was good, put a little anti-seize on these bolts as well, put those down, and then got it tight so it's nice and tight. This doesn't move at all. And it feels good. I mean, it is very smooth. I'm running my hand down it, not a problem. It's very smooth. You get this, there we go. It's very smooth. It's a good quality foregrip. I'm not upset about it. I think it's actually going to be quite good. In fact, I would have to say this is smoother than the CBC Industries that I have. It seems like it's pretty well put together. It may just be punched out of sheet metal, but I mean, it seems like it's pretty solid in there. The barrel nut was good. I mean, and then what I did was I ended up getting the flash hider, putting a little of the anti-seize on the flash hider's, threads, and then threading it down with a crush washer and getting it into place and tightened down. I mean, it's a very solid rifle now. I'm very happy with the way this turned out. I did mar up the finish a little bit on the foregrip, and that's just me being not as experienced putting these together. However, for my first time putting one together, honestly, besides getting that stupid delta ring off, that was the worst part. I would say this is something that anybody could really do. I mean, if you really take your time and have some patience with it, you can actually do this. This is not a big deal. And really, honestly, it doesn't change the performance of the rifle, I think. I think what it does is makes it more comfortable for you, so it changes your performance with the rifle. Once again, I'm not going to war with anybody. I'm not going, and I mean, I may use this for hunting at one point or another, but I'm not planning on going to war or anything, so it's really doesn't have to be Army quality rifle for me. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not tactical. But I mean, it feels good in the arm. I'm able to take it to the range and shoot with no problem. I wouldn't have any problem taking down a small animal with this because I think it would, coyote, fox, something like that. It being 5.56, you could go, I guess, deer hunting, small deer, but I would prefer something a little bit larger. But otherwise, I mean, it seems like it would be sufficient. I mean, it feels good. It's solid. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, the lower is polymer, but I mean, still, I'm not going to war. What do you think? Have you guys bought any of the Wish stuff? I mean, I've had people come back to me telling me that they've built entire rifles using Wish stuff, and they have no problem with them whatsoever. What are your experiences? Have you had any failures with these things? Have you bought something for your AR and had it come back as being a problem? Let me know what you think. I mean, let me know what I should expect from this. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. I'm pretty satisfied with the way this looks. I think it feels really good in the hands. I think it's really, really, I mean, I haven't shot it yet, but I mean, it looks like it'll perform perfectly fine. I've tested the block in the air in the gas tube. I don't see why this wouldn't perform. But let me know what you think. I mean, if you think you're an idiot, you're going to blow yourself up. I mean, let me know. Otherwise, go ahead and like, share, subscribe. Go check out my website. I'm going to have all my videos up there. And once I do start doing or find a place to host my videos, I will start having the process there as well. But follow me on Instagram at Pagan Shooter. The website is paganshooter.com. And we'll see you next time.